Today, I'm going to show you how to build this raised planter box. I'll give you the free plans, and it's all next on HomeProHero. I've already built one today. I've got the method down really good. They're built like a tank. They'll match my pavilion smokehouse furniture, and they'll house either a 5-gallon bucket if you want to plant your own plants in it, or just buy a hanging basket and plug it inside the bucket. It's good to go. 5 boards. That's it. 1 2x2x8, 3 cedar tone decking boards, 8 foot long, and then also 1 10 foot long. The tools you need for this, basically everybody should have. A drill, compact, sander, tape measure. Simple, easy project. Let's get to work. I gotta make 30 cuts. I'm not gonna go through each cut on video, but I'll make sure I put a link to the plans in my video description. That way you can look at them at a later date and time. Okay, I got all the straight cuts done. We'll cut the cap last, it's sitting over there, but we'll build the box first. So I've got my framing material here, I've got my sides, and I got my legs. We'll put the legs, the 16-inch pieces, to the side for now. So to make these boxes look a little bit more crisp, we gotta take the curve, the radius off the deck board. It's not hard to do with a table saw. You don't have to, it'll look better, believe me. So I got the table saw set up at 5 1/4. These are 5 1/2. I'm gonna take a 1/4 inch off each side. Okay, they're all cut on one side, so now we'll just readjust the saw to 5 inches total. Look now, nice and straight. So we're gonna build the side walls of the box, right? I've got these little framing materials. They're 15. These are 5, so 3 of those will equal 1 of these, right? We're gonna use liquid nails on both of these framing sticks. You simply put it on there. Now, I am gonna use a square to make sure that my board is somewhat square on here. And then all we're gonna do is use deck screws, right? Makes sense. And we're gonna screw into the material and countersink in, I would say probably 1/8 of an inch. Same thing here. First one's kind of the hardest one. After that, it's pretty easy. Use a square, make sure the boards touch each other, and you're good to go. Just like that. Pretty simple, right? So let's put the other 3 on. All we're gonna do is butt up, crown facing downward. Make sure they're touching each other. And you really don't want those little 1x2s to exceed past the board. Shorter is better here. Boom. That's what it looks like. Here's the outside. This is the inside. So then all you have to do is make another one just like it. Both sides are done. Pretty simple, right? They're identical, 16-inch sidewalls. We'll grab a 19, and we're basically gonna use liquid nails just like we did on the sides, and we're gonna screw into the decking board itself. The liquid nails will actually hold the framing material to the 19-inch boards. Bingo. That's it. All you gotta do is stack them. And that's why it's nice to cut that flush. That way they stack nice, everything looks nice. Perfect example, here's the half moon. You want that facing inward. The final piece, look at the crown, there it is. Put that inward, boom. It's actually a really easy project. And I'm sick and tired of the cheap ones. You buy at the store, just like the outdoor furniture that I built. I'm building these flower pots to last forever. I mean forever. Boom. And then all you gotta do is turn around and repeat the same thing on the other side. This is cedar tone. It's just like the green stuff that you see people make decks out of. Menards sells it. I believe Home Depot actually sells it. But it's nice because it's brown in color, not green. Don't need to stain it. I built my pavilion smokehouse out of this stuff. I built all my outdoor furniture out of this stuff. It's incredible stuff. Pine, actually. Okay, all that work, and we have a box. I've got these 2 little sticks right here. They're 16 1/2 inches. They're gonna hold the bucket inside, totally adjustable with inside. But the big difference between this planter and any other planter you see on the internet is essentially you don't have to fill the entire thing full of dirt and then have that dirt contact and having to put a floor in and all that good stuff. That will support the bucket. We're ready for legs. So the legs are simple. The 16-inch pieces that we cut earlier that we set to the side, that's what we're using. So one leg will be 1 3/4, the other one will be 3 inches, so both will be 3 inches once we butt them together. Okay, we're gonna assemble the legs first. So I like to pre-drill the first one to make sure everything lines up right. Get that first one drilled. Then what we'll do is we'll use liquid nails. Yeah, I didn't want to come out. Yeah, I made a mess there. Oh, empty. There we go, there we go. And then We'll put a screw in there. Should go right in the hole that we already pre-drilled. That's it. Go ahead and pre-drill this other one down here. Now you want to stay up about 1 inch to 2 inches here. I'll show you why in a little bit. Hold it down, nice and tight. Boom. That's pretty much it. I will sink one in the middle too. Pretty simple. Ugh, kind of an ugly spot there, but oh well. All right, let me build the other 3 and I'll bring you back after that. All 4 legs are done. Pretty simple. So now we're just gonna install them. We're gonna put liquid nails inside here, both sides. No one will ever see it, just like that. It doesn't matter which side's which, as long as you installed these and they're nice and flush from one to the other. Very important. The 19-inch side's my finished side, and then the whole piece I'm gonna put here because there is a little bit of a crack right there. When we sand it, it won't be so noticeable. 3 screws on this side. At the exact same location I put the other screws, right? That's why it's important to make sure you screw in about 1.5 inches down on both ends. That way you can make sure you hit the board here. We'll pre-drill just so we don't crack anything. And then all you're gonna do is make sure it's tight on the corner and nice and flush on the bottom, very important, because that's what gives you all 4 legs at the same height. Hold it nice and tight. Boom. Installed. Now on this short side, I will put a couple screws in here. Has some wet wood. Good stuff. Found out this stuff's like 20% better than the green stuff. That's what Menards told me. It's thicker too. That's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna install the other 4 legs real quick. Check the other 3 legs real quick, and we'll move on. It's getting pretty dark. May have to shut her down for the day. All right, let's flip her up and see what we get here. Thing weighs a pretty good chunk. I mean, it's not gonna blow away, that's for sure. What do you think? Not too bad. Looks pretty good. All right, final piece to the raised planter box. I'm just gonna refer to the free plans I'm gonna provide you in the video description. So we're gonna cut each one of these to 24 each, then we'll rip them down to size, and then we'll cut them to 23 inches on 245-degree angles. Same exact process, ripping these sides off to get that radius off. You definitely want to rip these down, both sides, before you cut the 45s. If you don't, and you cut the 45s, then you cut the radius off, you'll be short. So make sure you do the 45s last. Check this out. That AC2 brown cedar tone. Looks like it's all the way throughout. It's kind of crazy. Really good stuff. Really thick, heavy stuff. Let's cut the 45s. 111 or 23. Here's 1, 3 more to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do it the old-fashioned way. We'll put some screws on the corners. The beauty of that is when we put it on the box, we'll actually use liquid nails. Sink those in pretty good, that way they'll eventually disappear. Same thing with this side now. You just line up the sides. Boom. It'll be strong enough. Now we're not gonna secure this quite yet. I'll show you what we're gonna do there in a minute. We'll take this piece, we'll plug it in here just like this. Look at that, perfect box, every time. Hey, if you're enjoying this content and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. Also give this video a like. It really helps my channel grow. And then just like that, it's sturdy enough to handle now. By no means is it perfect, but we'll tighten it up here in a minute. Remember, I said this thing is heavy duty, and I meant it. It weighs a ton. It's not gonna blow over in the wind. Now, whatever side looks the best, we'll go with this side. I think it looks fine. You're gonna place it on there dry. No liquid nails yet. About 3/4 of an inch, but you just wanna make sure that it's equal on all 4 sides. Top center, then make yourself a cheat. Black marker on both corners, opposite corners, is line up our marks, which are here and here on the 2 corners. Kind of being the zip code here, okay? Look underneath there. Just go for each corner, 2 1/4. Put a dot there. 2 1/4. Put a dot there. Oh. Sink it down. Boom. Now we're home free. So by putting these 2 screws on each side of that miter, the liquid nails, it's going nowhere. And we'll actually clean that miter up a little bit better here in a second with the sander. We're gonna sand it down real good. When it comes to these corners, just round over them. Let's go put these things out by the smokehouse. Woo, heavy duty for sure. Things weigh a ton. Okay, here we go. I hope it fits. If I want to make my own plants, I'm going to use the bucket, put potting soil in, and put my plants in it, right? But today, we're using a hanging basket just to show you that you can also use a potter from the nursery and just plug and play. So what it cost me? About 50 bucks per planter. When it comes to quality and durability, you definitely want to use the deck boards, cedar tone preferably. So those raised planter boxes on both sides of me should make this back landscape look better. You can do the same with the free plans in the description and follow this video. Hey, I hope you liked the video. Make sure you give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Take care.